I wanted to know what I can do to help my husband stop financially helping his parents.
Oh boy.
Ooh, we gotta
How
help,
long's
help
that?
your husband, help his parents. Okay, so what's going on?
Yeah.
So, my husband is a contractor in Birmingham, and we have a small business, and he makes good money, but his parents tend to kind of fall back where they need to whenever they know that he'll kind of just make up the back end.
Like
see
how
what I'm saying?
much? How much is he giving him every month?
A lot of money, like $8,000
Oh.
a month.
Holy smokes.
But your husband is giving his parents $8,000 a month?
Just about.
For how long? How long's that been going on?
This has been going on for probably 3 months.
3 months. How much do y'all bring in a month, Samantha?
We're 1099, so I don't really know how much we bring in a month. We filed $240,000 last year.
Why don't you know how much comes in a month? Do you guys have a personal budget that you guys plan your household from?
We
Or when you look in your
bring
checking account?
More, it varies because one month he probably won't make $10,000, and then the next month he'll make $50,000.
Okay.
Okay.
So it sounds to me like the husband is making a decent amount of money. He lives comfortably, and he has enough money to actually financially help his parents. Now, do I think $8,000 is a little excessive? Maybe, because if the parents can't afford that lifestyle on their own, they shouldn't be spending $8,000 a month. I mean, if they're retired, they're no longer working, whatever the case may be, they really shouldn't be living on that kind of budget, right? But I think it's a little wrong for the wife to want the husband who works hard for his money, because she's saying he brings this money in, not them, right? They have a business, but I'm assuming he's doing all the labor. I think it's a little wrong for her to want to take that away from him or want to stop him from financially helping his parents. Well, my suggestion would be to maybe cut back on the amount that he gives his parents, give them a hard line, but not stop it altogether. We're gonna keep watching the video because I want to know what the reason for the wife, is for her husband to stop giving the parents money, because this sounds really bad. And if I heard this from my wife telling me to stop helping my parents out, I'd think really hard about the marriage. Again, everything within moderation. I don't see anything wrong with him helping them out, but I don't think he should be giving them $8,000 a month either. For what? Right? What are they spending $8,000 a month on? Or maybe even more, because he's giving them $8,000, but I'm pretty sure they have their own money, right, that they're spending. So I think everything within moderation, but just stopping the money altogether, I don't think I'm in agreement with that. But let's hear what they have to say. Hey guys, Gil here. If you're enjoying the video so far, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. And if you want to support my work, I have links in the description box below. Now, let's get back to the video.
Wow.
Okay, so I probably won't concentrate on this call just because from a time perspective on his parents' situation. That's their thing. Who's really in the wrong, because he's not agreed with his wife on where their money's going, is your husband. So what are those conversations like? What happened? Did 3 months ago he said, hey, mom and dad are falling behind, can we help? And you're like, yep, absolutely. And he just keeps doing it. Was it even talked about? Did he ask you? Like, what happened?
He asked me, and I'm okay with helping him out,
Sure.
Every so often. But my thing is, when it's consistently an issue and you're consistently doing it, and you don't, they don't make up the extra. They don't have to work if they don't want to, is my problem.
Okay, so your problem,
They spend all the money knowing that my husband's going to make up for it.
so it's entitlement that you have an issue with. My question is, you said it's okay one time. Has he continued to come back to you these other months and asked, and you've just gone along with it, or have you said no and he's done it anyway?
Oh, I've said no multiple times.
Okay. And $8,000 is a massive gap. Did something happen in their life? Did they lose? Did one of them lose a job, or what's happened in the last 3 months where they've needed this money?
They both work.
Well, what's
They both
what's
work.
changed in 2026? Because you weren't doing this in 2025. So what changed 3
No.
months ago? What happened in February
think
that
it's
caused them to
just-
call you?
I think it's the fact that they just spend all their money,
Right, but
spend every bit of their money.
but what changed? Did you guys?
Nothing that I know of has happened.
Okay, how long have you guys been married?
8 years.
And how long has the business been doing well?
Probably about 2 years.
Okay. Something, either they got wind of the fact that the business was doing well, something changed that suddenly this has become kind of just
Yeah.
like a vending machine for them.
Yeah, okay. So now this changes my perspective a little bit. This is exactly what I was talking about. I wanted to hear what the reason was. But if the parents both work and they're spending their money and they're overspending, this is what I was talking about. They probably have their own money, so they're overspending, knowing that the son is going to come and bail them out. Yeah, cut them off completely. I don't mind somebody helping out their parent when, times get tough. I've done it with my mother plenty of times. Whenever she needs money, and if I got it, I can help her out, I'll do it. But my mother knows that I'm not a piggy bank, and she won't abuse that trust that she has with me, knowing that I can provide for her in some sort of sense. But if the parents know that the business is doing good and he's giving them $8,000 a month, yeah, it sounds like a little bit of entitlement, and it sounds like they're not managing their money well. They're not managing their money on their own. And if the wife is telling him no, to stop doing it, and he's still doing it, I see this as a huge problem. And again, I'm not necessarily siding with the wife. I'm just looking at the situation objectively, because I do think that that's wrong. I do think it's wrong for the parents to take advantage. They already built their lives. They both worked. They had their children. Children left out of the home. Now they have to let their children build their own lives and do their own thing with their money. Again, I'm not against helping out the parents whenever they need it. But if this is going to become a month-to-month piggyback situation, then no, he needs to completely cut them off. He should say something like, you know what, this month I'm not giving you $8,000. I don't care how much you spent. You guys are going to have to figure it out. I'm not bailing you out. I'm not your personal bank. You're doing this and overspending because you know that I'm going to come to your rescue. Well, this month I'm not doing it. I'm only going to give you $4,000. The next month, if you need help, I'm only going to give you $2,000. And then eventually you guys are going to get off, because I'm not going to continue to fund your lifestyle. You guys are overspending, and I'm not going to fund your lifestyle of overspending. It's my money. I don't mind helping you guys out. You guys are my parents, but I am not going to allow you guys to abuse me, to monetarily abuse me, because you guys know I have the money.
But the good news is, to Rachel's point, that's neither here nor there. You get to stop this behavior, and either something's going on with your parents that your husband is not letting you know, that you're just unaware of, or it's just as simple as saying, I don't want to do this anymore. And you setting up that boundary with your husband of saying, I've said no to this. I've said no to this on multiple occasions. You've continued to do this anyway. You're completely disrespecting me. And I'm not gonna have that. Right. So
Right.
that conversation needs to happen immediately. Otherwise, it's going to be you guys against each other.
Because at this point, that's a marriage issue,
Yeah.
Samantha, between you and your husband, that he doesn't listen to you, that he doesn't respect what you're talking about, and that it doesn't sound like there's a back and forth. Because I'm not saying every husband has to be like, okay, whatever, to his wife, do whatever you want. And same with the wife, that she
Right.
doesn't need to look at her husband and be like, whatever you want. No, there could be some back and forth here, but it's the stonewalled, no, I'm just going to do this with our money, and the action of it without any level of your buy-in, because it's $8,000 a month happening. And the problem is that he needs to understand is that throwing money at a situation that isn't changing,
Doesn't
to your
fix
point,
the issue.
is not helping them. It's not, because this will continue to be a pattern for the rest of their lives if they had anything to do with it, is what it sounds like.
Me personally, I also believe that if you started a family with a woman, that family comes first also. Your parents started their family, and now you started your own family. Your wife comes before your parents, because that's who you shared vows with, right? That's who you married. And I'm not saying there isn't situations where your parents can come before your wife. There might be very few in between, but your wife is who you chose to lay down with every night. Your wife is who you chose to share vows with every night. Share vows with. So your wife should come first, and you should be listening to your wife. And again, it's not helping your parents. Is that you should also take your wife's advice into consideration, and that you shouldn't be enabling your parents to financially abuse you and to the detriment of your marriage.
It's one thing, and again, I'm not against helping family, right? Like if they had a medical issue or there was a job loss, and you could
absolutely.
financially fill in the gap and you wanted to, that's
job
great.
Loss. There's been no job loss.
How old are
In fact, it's 50s, mid-50s.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they
Okay.
have jobs, you said. So if I'm you, I'm sitting down with my husband tonight, and I'm saying, here's my...
Thing is, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I stay with our children.
Uh-huh.
So my husband is the only person that brings in the money.
Doesn't
in the
matter,
home.
Samantha. It's your household.
Right.
You're both married.
Right.
You both
And
are.
that's what I'm saying. I
Does
don't,
he hold that
I'm
over
tired
you?
I'm tired. No.
Okay, good.
We have agreed, that we've done it too many times recently. But I feel like it's going to happen again whenever they're just going to keep on and keep on and keep on and asking him. And I feel like it's just going to continue to go on even
But why
after we
won't
talked about it and said no.
And that's my question. I wanted to know why, when we pushed you on that, why you brought up the fact that you're a stay-at-home mom. I want to understand that a little bit
Yeah, that
more. Do
doesn't
you
really-
feel like you don't have the right to say, or do you feel like he has the
No,
right to make the choice? To
He doesn't. He pretty much asked me because he includes me on everything except for this.
Okay.
But and I don't feel like I don't want to say I'm not included. Well,
It sounds like
I
you're
am
not.
included.
It sounds like he
I'm
tells you what
included.
he's gonna do, and that's the
It's been behind
inclusion.
my back. It's been behind my back the last 2 times.
Oh, he hasn't even told you when he's doing it. You just found out.
Right.
All right,
So
you
then
got
you're
a
not
hu-
included.
So you got a husband. No, Samantha, you have a breakdown in your marriage.
Listen, I'm gonna stop it there because this video is already a little too long. I'm in agreement with the wife here. Obviously, at the beginning of the video, I said no, but as I listened to the breakdown of the situation, and again, this is only one side of the story. We don't know what the other side of the story is, but let's just take it at face value for what it is. I think that the husband is making a huge mistake by enabling his parents, by making them dependent on him, and giving them a lifestyle that they don't actually have. They have jobs, they're overspending, and they're, banking on the fact that their son is going to bail them out, right? And then he's doing it behind his wife's back. I don't think that that's correct, but those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your friends. And if you like what I do in this channel and you want to support my work, I have links in the description box below. You can buy me a coffee or send me a Cash App. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.